Yo, what's happening? This is Apex 3900 back with another classic, and yeah, this is a classic. Now, a few days ago, I seen a live stream that none other than Cynthia G posted. Let me pull this up real quick. I'm not gonna review it just yet. I'm debating if I should. And her live stream goes, "Why are they so comfortable being the losers of society?" Now, that in and of itself, if money is the metric by which we keep score, then hands down the technical losers of society will be black women. Just saying. Not to get on my gender warrior shit, but that's just the truth. That's just the truth. You know, for all their education, we out earn them. And I'm not just talking about the extreme lows or the extreme highs. On average, we out earn them. So that's a loaded question in and of itself. But the thumbnail is what really caught my attention, because she pulled this article from Brookings ed.ed. I believe that's the Brookings Institute, if I'm not mistaken. And that's what we're going to read from. Now, I haven't listened to her live stream, and I haven't yet read this article. So I'm going to just do this blind. I like to do shit on a freestyle type of, because I've learned that, I do prepare some of my videos and live streams and whatnot. I'll make some cliff notes, and sometimes I'll type out the whole thing beforehand. But what I've come to find out is that, as my maturation process as a content creator has come about, I get some of my best shit just letting the creativity just flow, just letting the thoughts flow. You know what I'm saying? So with no further ado, matter of fact, let me do this beforehand. See if I can do this. Hold up. God dog it. I'm trying to copy the motherfucker. Here we go. So you want a pretty bitch on your top. What. Sorry, I've been on TikTok today. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. That is not what I wanted to do. Hold up. Here we go. Here is the article right there. Let me pin that at the top. Bada bang, bada boom. Yeah, Brookings ed / research. Yeah, so there it is. As a matter of fact, no, I can't do that right now. But anyway, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Brookings report. Hold on, take another sip of this beverage. Why are employment rates so low among black men? Harry J. Holzer, Monday, March the 1st, 2021. All right. As the U.S. grapples with its long history of racial exploitation and exclusion and acceptability, large racial disparities in virtually all meaningful walks of life, a spotlight is once again beginning to focus on the plight of black men in the U.S. Now, let's stop right there. Let's analyze that. Now, one group who have been subject to the most exploitation and exclusion in this country is the black group, quote unquote, the alleged black group. That's men and women. Within that group, the subgroup who has been targeted the most are black men. He's already acknowledging the answer is within the first paragraph of this. The reason why we are marginalized and the manner in which we are, it has something to do with a lot of it has to do with personal responsibility, yes, but a sizable portion of it has to do with outside forces interfering and trying to shortstop on our paper chase, basically. And that includes black women too. They're in on it too. Keisha in fucking HR, yeah, she's in on it too. Tamika in fucking middle management, she's in on it too. Just want to highlight that. But once again, that's no excuse. To be a black man, to be a successful black man of any merit, you have to be exceptional. You do. You have to be exceptional. You really do. And the truth of it is that human beings across the board on average are not exceptional. Human beings on average are just that. They're average. But being as this deck is so stacked against us, we have to be exceptional. It's just the way it is. I don't complain. Hey, I'm up for the challenge. All right, continuing. Such concern is not unprecedented. About 15 years ago, there was a brief flurry of attention paid to the high incarceration and low employment rates of black men and their consequences for black families and communities. So now we're seeing a correlation between the high incarceration rates and the low employment rates and the black families. Now we're tying it together. Now, okay, all right. Now the only reason they're highlighting this shit is because the shit is starting to trickle down. It's starting to hit home for them. What up, Room Shaker? Starting to hit home for them. So they're like, hey, this shit is coming to a white neighborhood near you pretty soon. Because this system is going to wash over every demographic eventually. It's just that we're always ahead of the curve because we're always the experiment. You got white dudes to this day that are going through their 1980s crack epidemic kind of deal, with the opioids and cocaine and methamphetamines. You know what I mean? Now, that's not to say that there still aren't black crackheads and black drug addicts out here. But for the most part, every black person, especially me, I was born in the mid 80s. So I grew up in the early 90s. So I seen that shit. You know what I'm saying? In my neighborhood, the next street over, it was 3 brothers. I'm not going to say all their names, but the youngest brother was named Nick. And Nick was a crack baby, for real. He wasn't all the way there. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen that shit. I grew up with crack babies on my block. You feel me? So we kind of already adapted to that shit. We've already weathered that storm and adapted to it. That storm cloud is going over the next group of peoples. That being Asians, Latinos, whites, and whatever the case is. Anyway, continuing. Indeed, some positive policy efforts ensured, particularly in the area of incarceration, where a broad consensus developed on the harmful effects of mass incarceration. Shout out to the crime bill of the mid-90s. And the need for policy to lower it and to help justice involve individual re-enter society. Okay, so, they're trying to come up with some shit to prevent recidivism. Okay. Yet little positive effort was made at the time or at any time since to improve employment outcomes among black men and youth. And these outcomes remain disturbingly weak. Below, I provide the latest evidence on the employment rates of black men and review what we know about its causes. I then consider a range of policy efforts that could improve them. Well, how nice of you. All right, next section. Low employment among black men. Table 1 shows employment rates in the United States by race and gender from recent Bureau of Labor Statistics (BLS) data that are published monthly for ages 20 and above. In the employment situation reports, I focus on three outcomes: unemployment, labor force participation, and employment in the population. The last of these measures summarizes the effects of the other two. Okay, and remains the single best measure we have of broad employment activity. All three outcomes appear separately by race and gender, and for both January 2020 and January 2021. That's kind of loaded right there because we all know the entire shit was shut down. So there's a whole asterisk over this entire article because we were shut down the entire year of 2020 and much of 2021. So this shit, you gotta kind of you gotta take this shit with a grain of salt. The former allows us to compare racial and gender employment outcomes at the very peak of the business cycle, while the latter reflects the devastating impact of COVID-19 pandemic and recession on these outcomes on men and women of color in the labor market. Now, hold on. This could highlight something because they talked about, where's it at? Labor force participation. I wonder if filling out an application and going to interviews counts as labor force participation, because it's not remiss on me that there may be a substantial amount of brothers who are filling out applications and who are going to interviews that just not getting hired. I would like to know the statistic on that. I would like to get these businesses' HR reports of all the potential applicants who apply for a particular position within their organization, and they checked Black/African American, etc., and then they didn't get hired. I would like to see that. That's the number I'm waiting for, because all this bullshit can be put to rest. All right. Table 1. Employment outcomes by race and gender, January 2020 and 21%. White males. What the fuck does UR mean? Hold up. I'm reading this off my phone. Okay, let me turn it a bit sideways. Okay. 2020. What the fuck? Oh, hold on. They're using these fucking acronyms. Employment population. Hold on. What does these fucking acronyms mean? Hold on. Labor force participation. Okay. All right. In 2020, white males' labor force participation was 71.8, black males was 67.4, Latino males 81.6, white females 58.3, black females 63.5. So we got a higher labor force participation rate even during the fucking pandemic. So what the fuck are they even talking about? So, and then hold on. January 21, black males only dropped off by 1.3%. Their labor force participation is now at 66.1. In 2020 January, it was 67.4. Black females, on the other hand, dropped off damn near 4% percentile points. In January 2020, they're 63.5. In January 21, they're 59.8. So what the fuck are they even talking about? What the fuck is Cynthia G even talking about? All right, employment in the population by race. Hold on, let me go up here. employment population. Hold on, let me check these. Employment in the population. Okay, here we go. Employment in the population. All right. Now, out of white, black, out of the male groups that they're using, yeah, we're at the lowest as far as employment population is concerned. But let's look at this. Employment population January 2020. Black males 63.6. January 21, 59.9. So we dropped off quite a bit in employment population. Black females January 2020 60.1, and 21 they're at 54.7. So it ain't like y'all killing it out here. Okay. So what the fuck are you even talking about? Okay. All right, let's go. Table 1 indicates the following. Black men have the highest unemployment rates of any race, gender group, and the lowest labor force participation rates among men. And black women work more than white and Latino women. Well, congratulations. Congratulations. And black male participation and employment rates are just a bit higher than those of black women. Is it really? I mean, let's go back up to the participation rates. Because as far as 2020 is concerned, we're only roughly 6% lower than white males. In 21, we're roughly 5%, or a little bit over 6. We're still at 6% below white males as far as employment participation is concerned. But in 2020, we were what? 3% above black females, and in 21, we're over 5% above black females. So we're closer to white men in employment participation than black females are to us. So I don't know what the fuck this article is talking about. I'm just using their own statistics against them. But I'm pretty sure Cynthia G found a way to just twist it. Oh, these weak beta male coons, they don't want it. My bitch, you gotta work more than all of your other female counterparts. You got to. Anyway, let's continue. Hold up, where was I at? Okay, here we go. While these black male employment outcomes are already disturbing, they obscure another important fact. The official BLS statistics don't count many black men with low employment. And adjusting for this fact further reduces measured black male employment and earning rates. So for all the temp workers, part-timers, are they even counting part-time work? You know? Are they counting the part-time work? Who knows? Okay. The fact that so many black men are missing from the official data is evident when we compare the report population size in the BLS data between black men and women, where we found that the former are 17% below the latter. Male-women population gaps among white and Latino groups are not remotely as high. Differential mortality rates and immigrant arrival by gender can account for just a few percentage points of the observed gap in population between black males and females. Okay. There appear to be two additional factors accounting for lower observed civilian, non-institutional population of black men. So basically what that's saying is non-governmental private business employment. That's basically what it's saying. So it's not accounting for armed service members and whatnot, or people who have government jobs. They're talking about the private sector. The undercount of such men in such surveys, and 2, the large population of black men incarcerated at any time, of the 15% percentage point gap in the black male and female population for ages 25 to 54, about 7% are due to incarceration, and 8 to undercount among those non-incarcerated. So really, now I'm not making excuses for criminality, but as a rapper once said, it's hard on a black man, minds come off the back end. I believe that was Rich the Factor who said it. Motherfuckers gonna get it however they can get it. You know? They gotta get out there and... Now there's certain crimes that I don't agree with. I don't agree with credit card scamming and shit like that. You know, I don't... That's a victim crime. But if you take away the incarceration percentage, because they're counting that. I don't even know why you would count those who are incarcerated, but they're counting in the 15% gap between black men and black women. They're counting half of that as men who are incarcerated, but whatever. Continuing. Including those incarcerated in the population counts with no employment or labor force activity lowers the measured education and employment outcomes statistics of black men relative to black women and all other race gender groups. So basically, our inflated incarceration rates account for negatively affecting the statistics of employment and education. So they're, instead of like cutting them niggas out and being like, okay, that's a separate population, they are, you know, they're property of the state essentially, or property of the feds. Let's just set them to the side. No, they're lumping their lack of education. They're obviously them niggas ain't gonna be able to get a job if you're locked down. Obviously, you're not going to be able to get formally educated in an institution if you're locked down. You know what I'm saying? Like, stupid. But then these are the statistics that black women are used to beat their chest and be like, we're killing it in the game. Like, all right, whatever. All right, for instance, adding the current incarceration to the population of black men and women renders their employment population ratio roughly equal. So let's just say no black people were incarcerated, and let's just say they all had jobs. It will be even. You know what I mean? So basically, all the niggas who are free men are basically on the same ground with black women, and black women gotta work because they can't attain a man who will work for them and afford them the lifestyle that they want. So I mean, we just seen it right there at about 59% and 56% in January 2020 and 21 respectively. And if the undercounted but not currently incarcerated population of black men has worse employment outcomes than those counted, which appears likely to be the case, then the employment of black men falls below that of women. Indeed, black male employment is lower than that of black females, despite the fact that women also provide the vast majority of child custody and care in this population. Now, hold on real quick. Let me do something. Pull up because I'm seeing comments popping up in my chat. Now I'm gonna need to keep an eye on my chat because I don't want no fuckery afoot in my goddamn chat. Cause yeah, we not dealing with none of you suckers, man. We not with none of that sucker shit, man. On the real. I mean, this is common knowledge. Common knowledge being the black man, the man in the black community is being targeted for incarceration, is being targeted for marginalization. So, I mean, we know about the double fucking minority quota, right? You hire a black female, that's a double quota. That's a fucking female and a minority. So you kill two birds with one stone. And we know this. We know this. Hold up. Way to the everything that we saw. Well, let me pull this bitch up, man. Hey, you come in my chat with any fuckery, you getting zapped, man. Immediately. I'm not having none of that fuck shit, man. Come in my chat with that troll shit, you getting zapped. Immediately. What up, Kendra? I'm not going for no kind of fuckery. None whatsoever. Why did you take your, what you call it, gonna take her shit down? Ain't that something? Yeah, she took her comment down. That's cool. Don't matter. Alright. Bayer and Charles, 2017, present estimates of employment gaps between white and black men at various points in time, using data from the Census of American Community Surveys, ACS, which include the incarcerated but not those undercounted. Table 2 presents their estimates of the percentages of each group in the ACS not working in 2013 through 14, both at the time of the survey and over the entire previous year, and also presents the percentages not working who are institutionalized. Now, why would you add them niggas in? I don't get it. They're like, that's so dumb. That's like cooking the books, man. That's cooking the books, but whatever. Or out of the labor force not incarcerated. Okay. Men without work in 2013 through 14, ages 25 through 54, among whites and blacks. Not working now, the number is 17. For whites, blacks is 35. Not working past year, number for whites is 12. For blacks, 27. Institutionalized, number for whites is 2. Number for blacks is 8. Out of the labor force, number for whites is 11. Number for blacks, 17. Alright, the data indicate extremely high rates of prime age black men without work. Over a third are not working at the time of the survey, and over a quarter over the entire past year. Those incarcerated account for a third of those out of the labor force, adjusting for those undercounted who likely raise the racial gap we observe. Also, Bayer and Charles show that adjusting annual earnings estimates to include white and black men with zero earnings reduces the observed relative education and earnings of black men and eliminates any observed progress in their earnings relative to white men. Since 1950, indeed, these estimates show that the median annual earnings of black men are only about half of those of white men, at just over $20,000 and $40,000 respectively. Finally, Chatty, whatever that is, 2020, show that black men experience less upward and more downward mobility over time relative to their parents. Then do any other, race, gender group in the United States. A finding that is driven by their weak employment and earnings outcomes relative to these other groups. Yeah, we don't got plants like that no more. Everything's been outsourced. What explains low employment among black men? For decades, a research lecture by social scientists has documented earnings and employment gaps between black and white Americans, and between black men and other men more specifically, and analyzed their causes. In my view, the major causes of lower employment and earnings among black men and other groups can be summarized as the follows. Here we go. This is the meat. Proximate causes: lower education, skills, and work experience. That's pretty vague, but let's say it like this. If you already come from a destitute situation where your particular zone for public schools in high school is already underfunded, you're gonna have substandard education even in high school. And if you don't get a scholarship, chances are you're not gonna be able to afford college. So you're not gonna be able to go to college and further your education that way. Skills and work experience. A lot of brothers just don't know how to get into some of these trade places, And as far as work experience is concerned, how are you going to get experience if nobody's hiring you due to your lack of experience? All right. Next one. Ultimate cause: discrimination and social spectral isolation. So you know how some of these cities are highly segregated, where everywhere on the black side of town is just like shitty, and your prospects of employment is just shitty on the black side of town, and you try to go over to the white side of town where all the gainfully, where you can get gainful employment, but they just block you. They just simply don't hire you. You know what I'm saying? I've told this story before, right? Two buddies of mine that I went to high school with, right? We all had girlfriends. My girlfriend was dark skinned. And we're all black, by the way. Other buddy, his girlfriend was brown skinned. And my third buddy, his girlfriend was light skinned. She kind of looked somewhat Spanish, somewhat of a Dominican of some sort. I don't think she was, but she looked like that. Anyway, in this particular part of town, there were two highways that intersected, right? You go up one highway, it's just lined with businesses, tanning salons, restaurants, strip malls and shit, all kind of shit. Nigga, me and my two homeboys, we would go from the north part of this portion of town all the way down to the south, filling out applications all day, every day. Couldn't get hired for shit. Our girlfriends, on the other hand, these bitches was getting hired at tanning salons, fucking restaurants, little clothing boutiques, you name it. These bitches were going through 4 and 5 jobs within a 3-month span. Like my girlfriend in particular, she would literally apply for a job, get the job, work there for probably about 2, maybe 3 paychecks until she had enough money to buy a dress that she wanted, and then would quit. Go back to doing what the fuck she was doing, and then whenever she wanted to get another dress or some article of clothing of some sort, she wanted to get some shoes, she would fill out an application at another spot. Boom. Get the job just like that. Me and my niggas, we out here struggling. We can't even we had to start out working at fucking Wendy's. We couldn't get shit. We putting in hella applications. We can't get shit. We barred from the jump. Alright. Next point. Mediating factors. Lower marriage, child custody rates, and worse health. I mean, okay. Alright. Reinforcing long-run factors. Crime, incarceration, and child support. Let's read that again. Reinforcing long-run factors. Crime, incarceration, and child support. Okay. Which one could argue, and I would agree, that all of these factors are the products of a long history of ongoing reality of systemic racism. I wouldn't necessarily call it, well, yeah, I mean, if you want to call it racism, it's racism. But I would say that it's racialism or rulership. You know, there's a certain racial demographic of people who are in rulership right now in this country. And if they want to show favoritism to their particular group, that's their business. You know what I'm saying? It just so happened that we're public enemy number one. That's just what it is. Continuing, focusing on these specific factors is important if we want to generate a practical policy agenda to mitigate these problems. And though I lump together the predictors of earnings gaps with those of employment gaps between black men and other groups, some of these factors affect employment and earning together, whereas others create barriers or disincentivizes to employment, more specifically, i.e. child support. Because we already know as soon as you get a second job and your baby mama catch wind of it, she running down to raising the child support on your ass. We already know that. So I've seen brothers duck and hide they little part-time job, and I've seen brothers quit jobs. They like, hell no, I'm losing more money. I'm working and what sense does it make to work more hours if they're gonna just raise the child support on you? They're gonna raise the child support on you and leave you more destitute than you were before. Shit, you better off just you know, for lack of a better term, selling weed on the side. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't endorse crime, but I'm just saying I've seen it. I've seen brothers say, fuck that shit. I'm getting my money off the streets where she can't. I'm getting all my shit off the books. You understand me? I'm getting all my paper off the books. For real. I'm glad he said that. Incarceration and child support. I'm glad he said that. That's a major key right there. All right. As far as this approximate causes, education, skills, and work experience, it is widely known that education, skills, and work experience are major determinants of employment and earnings in the United States. Indeed, gaps in human capital capital across race and class groups has increasingly driven the rising inequality in earnings that we observe over the past several decades. Hmm. 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 Now, as far as human capital is concerned, I do have to place a lot of the onus on our elder men, because a lot of what manhood is today was started, our black manhood today, I should say, was started by the boomers in the 70s, when being a man just was reduced down to how many women you can bed and not necessarily passing anything tangible down to your children. So now we lack the fucking human capital. I mean, we do have human capital, because I've you know, I've gotten employment and I've went certain places due to my human capital of people who I know, relatives and friends of the family and whatnot. So it's not like black people don't have human capital altogether, but we don't have those networks like other groups do. And it's hard to force those networks, because we have fostered a finesse culture where now everybody wants to, it's the cool thing to do to get over on people. Oh, I finessed this person, I finessed you, I finessed this person. So now niggas just not trusting anybody, not trusting one another, which I can understand. All right. Gaps in human capital across race and class groups has increasingly driven the rise in inequality in earnings that we observe over the past several decades. Okay, continuing. It is also well known that black Americans lag behind white Americans and Asian Americans in educational attainment, and that men generally lag behind women. For instance, data on bachelor degrees, BA, BSs attained by race and gender in 2019 showed that 0.24 and 0.28 have such degrees among black males and females ages 25 and over. Comparatively, percentage among so we're only 0.04% behind. Anyway, comparatively, percentages among whites are 0.36 and 0.37. All right, if adjusted for undercount, ooh, wait a minute. Let me slow down. If adjusted for undercounting and incarceration among black men, the gaps between them and other groups would be higher. Now, let me not poo-poo, let me not throw dirt on the brothers who behind them walls, man, because it get cold behind them walls, you feel me? So, peace to my brothers on lockdown, you understand? But I don't think they should be included in these statistics. Now, what he's providing, what I never knew this. I never, out of all these years I've been reading these statistics, I did not know that they were counting the brothers who were incarcerated when it comes to employment rates, education rates, all that shit. They're actually counting motherfuckers who are behind prison walls. Like, why the fuck would you even do? What sense does that make? If we're talking about free market principles, if we're talking about free, the realm of freedom, areas of activity in the free world, how about we just count the people in the free world? And hold on, how the fuck, with our massive incarceration rate in comparison to black females, how is it that we're only 0.04% behind y'all at, shit, the Yankees beat my Royals. And we traded our center fielder to these motherfuckers too. Anyway, I'm sorry, ESPN just popped up on my phone. But how the fuck, with our massive incarceration rate in comparison to you females, how is it we're only 0.04% behind you as far as bachelor degrees are concerned? Hmm. 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 Okay. Lower educational attainment of black men relative to both white men and black women no doubt reduces their earning levels and employment relative to both groups. Indeed, black men have relatively lower educational attainment than black women and white men and women at other levels of education as well, such as high school completion and associate degree attainment. Of course, there have been growing gaps in the labor force activity between college and non-college men of all races. As the labor force activity of high school educated men has been declining for decades, even so, employment rates among black men with high school or less education have been well below and declined more rapidly than those of similar white and Latino men. The disappearance of well-paying jobs in durable manufacturing and other industries and the decline of unions have hurt the earnings of employment of black men more than white and Latino men, and the stagnation of the federal minimum wage has likely hurt as well. Now, let me roll that back. As far as the federal minimum wage, we need to keep that shit where it is. Thank you very much. And as far as the union jobs are concerned, if you know anything, and now I have a couple of friends and family members who work union jobs, man. It's just tribalism, you know. It's just tribalism. In that, you just gotta wait your fucking turn, and you may or may not get your shit, you know. I got a buddy. Works for a major trans mode of transportation of goods uh, in the United States. I'm not gonna say what, I'm not gonna say where, but it's union. And he had to wait on a list until he basically until the guys who had more seniority than him either retired or died off, so he can get more hours and get more routes and all that other good stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then you might have some other motherfuckers who might come in late and get bumped up because, you know, human capital. Wink, wink. You know, so I implore brothers to attain skills that you'll be in high demand regardless. You can't go wrong with HVAC. You can't go wrong with plumbing. You can't go wrong with being a master plumber, carpentry, any of the blue collar sectors, you know, computer certifications and all that other good stuff, and getting your CDLs. Those right there, you attain those right there. Hey, there it is. And hold on, what was the last one? The disappearance of well-paying jobs. It's not, you know, once they started shutting down all those Chrysler and Ford plants up in Detroit and all the other shit, man, and shipping all the manufacturing jobs overseas and whatnot. Of course, of course, of course, you're gonna have a artificially created, how you say, environment where you're gonna have a segment of men who have higher unemployment rates. I mean, come on now. You just took out all these manufacturing jobs and shit, you know. Anyway, hold on real quick. Let's see how much we got left. How long I've been at it? Damn near an hour. Okay. All right, let me skip down. Ultimate causes: discrimination and social spectral isolation. There is an abundant evidence that Black Americans, and especially Black men, face systemic discrimination in the labor market and in other walks of life, such as schooling. This discrimination limits their ability to accumulate skills and education credentials, as well as work experience. Let me give you some anecdotal, right? My anthropology class, our last paper of the year, it was like a 50-point paper, right? We had to write no more, and it was about tattoos, right? We had to interview several people who had tattoos and what their tattoo meant, and gave basically a cultural study analysis of it, right? I was so thorough in my paper. I had wrote like 8 pages. The most you could write is 7 pages. I had to take a lot of shit out just to condense it down to meet the requirement. I was thorough in my description of the tattoo, the whether the person was male, female, white, black, blue, or green, what it meant to them, yada yada yada. What other people's reaction to said tattoo that they've observed, all that shit, right? The professor ended up giving me a 30 on the paper. And you know what she annotated? She said it was too boring. Bitches, this is anthropology. This is not fucking creative writing. I'm not here to titilize you and shit. You asked for a fucking in-depth analysis on tattoos. That's what the fuck I did. And you give me a 30. So we're waiting outside the class, right? And this one bit, you know, so this one white female, right? She's like, whew. I'm like, what? She's like, man, she gave me a 40. I'm like, for real? She was like, yeah, and I only wrote 3 pages. I'm like what's that one meme when the dude kind of looking like, what the fuck? So, bitch, you ain't even meet the minimum requirements of pages to be written, and she gave you a higher grade than me? Is that fair? Obviously it's not. Obviously it's not. But, you know, whatever. So I knew, like, I already knew what it was. I already knew what it was. But I don't let that shit deter me, because I'm fucking relentless. I'm gonna get what the fuck I'm gonna get. I don't give a fuck if you don't like it or not. I'm gonna get it. So, you know, I don't sit back and pout over the shit. I take note of it. I recognize it. Like, yep. All right. For instance, Hauser, 1996, provides survey evidence that Black men receive fewer job offers than any other race/gender group as job applicants, especially in the lower wage service sector. And I just gave a previous anecdotal experience pertaining to myself, 2 of my homeboys, and our 3 girlfriends. Now, this was back in high school, and these were lower wage jobs. They weren't calling us back for interviews. These bitches was getting jobs, like they were getting jobs and quitting them. They were getting jobs, get 2 fucking paychecks, quit them. Come back next month, fill out an application, get a call back next week. These bitches couldn't throw a rock without hitting a job. We out here, we gotta go up and down this highway, and then we gotta go left and right down that highway, all along the strip malls, filling out applications. Going to the mall, Independence Center, filling out all the applications, not getting one fucking call back. Several audit studies, which send out applicants of mixed race or gender with identical resumes to apply for jobs, provide evidence that black applicants receive fewer callbacks from employers than white applicants. David Pager, 2003. See, year I graduated. Also shows that black men without criminal records receive such callbacks at only approximately the same rate as white men with such records. So wait a minute. So a white boy with a criminal record is just as likely to get a callback for a job as a black man with no criminal record. That's fucking crazy. But yet and still, Cynthia G will spin this whole entire narrative as if, what the fuck this bitch say? What she say? I'm gonna stop the shit right there, cause that alone, that's just enough right there. That shit is crazy, G. Why are they so comfortable being the losers of society? As bitches, if we just chose this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm done. I'm done. I mean, that there you go right there. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. You know? This is by design. If we quote unquote, hey Cynthia, if we are the losers of society, which we are not, because we out earn you females, we out earn black females. Money's how we keep score, yes, and we out earn you collectively. Just saying. But shout out to the sisters who, you know what I'm saying, who's solid. You know what I mean? Who ain't on that bullshit. I just gotta set the record straight. But if we are the losers of society, it's not because we chose to be losers. It's by design. It's by design. So there's that. I ain't played this in a minute. I ain't got on no. I've been this whole week I've been doing other shit. I've been on some other shit, man. Oh, excuse me. All week. Hold on real quick. Let me check some. Then on top of that, we gotta move our company and shit. Right? So where we're moving our company from, it's like a one level building, right? This shit, we gotta move it to the third floor, the third story, bro. Like, we gotta carry hella shit up 3 flights, man. I'm talking about, I'm sweating my whole uniform out. So on top of my working out, my lifting in the morning, I'll get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and lift for about a good 2 hours and then go to work. But then on top of that, I gotta turn around and do all this moving shit. I be exhausted when I get home. I get home, I eat, you know what I'm saying, do some laundry and shit. Might read a little bit. I do some creative writing or something, you know. And I'm like, fuck that shit. Should I get on the game? Nah, hell no. I'm tired. I was tired, boss. But I'm gonna like this new our new company because it's closer to my barracks. It's really like right down the way from my barracks and shit, so I can walk to the company. Our company before was like way off in the cut. You literally it was like 3 miles away, so you literally needed to drive there and shit. But I got one more funeral detail tomorrow that I gotta do. And I should be done for this month. And the month of August as far as funerals are concerned. As far as funeral details are concerned. Damn. I left some money on the table over there. That's cool. Hold up. Let me see. Trying to see what I can hit. Ooh, shit. Yeah. I think we gonna get him. We gonna get him. Fuck it, let's go. Let's go. These are these wolves too. Alright, let's go. So, Black Men 3, the hateful black females like Cynthia G, 0. As Taz say, y'all gotta hold this L. Y'all gotta hold this L. Matter of fact, we just gonna, instead of climbing this mountain right here, we're gonna take this one. We're gonna go here. And we just gonna move on them motherfuckers. That's what we gonna do. All right, let's go. I want a car to come by so I can smack. Ooh, hold on. Kill 5 enemies without reloading. Hold up, let me see how many enemies over here.
On alert, we got bad guys close by.
Ah.
I got eyes on an enemy chopper.
It's nothing. Whatever, just keep moving.
There. Chopper's gone. We're clear.
Still nothing. Oh shit, get ready.
Nice shot.
I ain't finna mess with them. Cause I gotta kill 5 with a handgun. Without reloading or swapping.
You look tired, Ghost Lead. Located a bad guy. Over there.
Alright, I'm gonna need y'all to hold.
You're good where you are. Hold.
Cause y'all
Copy
gonna
that. We're holding in place.
y'all gonna mess this shit up.
There's a breacher. Heads up. Bad guy over there. I can see a support unit, boss.
talking.
That's the stuff. I see a breacher. Got a hostile position there. That's it. Hostile identified. Over there.
Cut! A shot!
Shut up.
Eyes on a hostile. Holy shit. Nice shot, boss.
Thanks, babe. Oh, these jokers underground.
Hostile. Combat drone activated. Time to shine, buddy. Been hit.
Fuck. Woke these motherfuckers up. I just need to kill one more. Shit. Get that drone up off of me, man. We don't give a fuck about no reinforcements.
Backing you up, boss.
Well, get that drone out the air.
You're fading, Ghost Lead. Careful. The bad guy brought reinforcements. Hostile. There. I'm coming. Stay put.
Y'all shoot the drone, man.
This calls for a live one.
Ground drone.
You ready to get it?
Scanning.
Alright, we up. God, I'm just...
Line of ball. It's off.
I'll heal you.
Yeah. This is bad. And I'm going up against wolves, too.
Heads up, mortars incoming. Wasted it. Fury's down. Careful, Ghost Lead. Need to find some incoming mortars. Eyes on hostile.
I'm good. Grenade. Grenade in one hostile drone.
Eyes on a wolf.
I'll get you a better view in a sec, Nomad.
You can see everything.
I got 4 bullets to get this last kill.
Be cautious. There's a caller out there.
Sniper's about to fire on
There
us.
it is. Alright, we got that shit complete. Alright, now you motherfuckers is out of there. Oh, shit.
Ghost Lead. You need to stay low.
Oh! Trying to complete these challenges, man. Got me KIA'd. Ain't that a been?
Scanning the location.
Alright.
We'll get a much better look at him.
Why they put us up under here? Alright, whatever. It don't even matter.
They more than outnumber us. Take care.
Hold up. Where the fuck are we at? We under this bitch. I wonder what's that way. No, you know what? We're gonna go this way. I need to kill 3 enemies in 3 seconds.
Switching to night vision.
Shit, yeah.
Hostiles have been alerted.
Okay, there's one down there.
Now everything's crystal clear. There's the whole swarm.
Sweet shot, Ghost Lead.
Thank you.
Threaten the vicinity. Find
Scanning the area.
Good work. This helps.
Damn. These motherfuckers don't go down easy, man. Oh shit, they right next to me too.
Shit. Nice shot, boss.
Be ready. They won't say crap.
Lay it down with fire. I'll give you a better look.
I need 2. I had to pick up his weapon.
Stay vigilant. Any hostiles in scan.
That fucking sniper rifle I had ain't gonna do me no good.
They have negative. Solid kill.
Alright, we good on all ammo.
Paper split.
That's the
Activating night vision goggles.
Nice one, killer.
There we go. Alright, give me all this equipment. Ooh, and we got some stuff too. Some intel. Alright, oh, I gotta go up there. There's a ladder. Stairs. Alright, clear. Hit the box. Ooh, shit. I should have picked that up. I should have picked that. Ooh, shit. Let me check my weapons cache. I'm tweaking. Check my ammo. Am I good on this one? Hold up. Got somebody on my level.
Damn, respect.
One shot, one kill.
Well, it wasn't technically one shot, but you say so. Alright, here we go. Man, these motherfuckers got hella underground bunkers and shit. They was dug in here like a tick. I'm saying, it better be something. Ooh, new clue. Ghost stories. No, I gotta see what they talking about.
Hey, you know anything about that red team Walker was in?
Yeah, let's get back to the mission. Alright, let's see.
Night vision on.
Need some ammo. Where the box at? There you go. 5.56s. Nah. I picked up that AK because it got 7.62s, and this 5.53 I got shoot 5.56s. So those ammos, I wouldn't be double dipping in the same ammo reserve. I remember I did that when I had the FN, and I had my main weapon was a 5.56, and I'm taking fucking double the ammo and shit. Damn, I think I already been here before. This shit got me all topsy-turvy. Here we go. Alright, where we at? Alright, that's what I needed right there. Let me go back and get that last little box. And if not, we can just skate. We ain't even gotta kill all these dudes for real. Yep, we got everything. We got everything. Got everything. It's almost 5 o'clock. I need to give me something to eat here in a minute. Hold on. Last thing. Bro, I'm steady getting subs on my prior channel. And I'm trying to tell them, bring y'all ass over here. Why are y'all subbing to my old channel? That's like the vault. That's where I keep shit. That's like my old shit. You want the new shit, the straight drop, man? You gotta come here. How the fuck do we get out of here? Oh shit. Oh shit. You know what? How did I come in? I came in. Where's... If I can find that dead body, then I can kind of triangulate where I can't... Yeah, is this it? Nah. I think I might have shot him right here, though. Nope, that ain't it. Because I jumped this. Here it is. I came in right here. Seen dude right there. His body must have disappeared then. Anyway. Or am I going the same way? Yeah, I think I'm going the same way. Yep, here it is. Yep, there it is. This is the door I came through, the green door. Alright, let me retrace my steps. How the fuck do I get up? Yep, just follow the dead bodies. Basically. Shit, I'm gonna see if I can pick up my old weapon. Where did I drop it at? Because I don't need this, hold up. Let me see something. Let me see something. Where is it at? Nope, that ain't it. Is this it? Nope, that ain't it. Where is it? I was right here. And I picked up that AK. Man, my weapon just disappeared. Ain't that a bitch? Hold up. Just because. If I'd have known that, I'd have killed the power from the jump. I wasn't even paying attention. Hold on. What's the next place we're gonna go? Nah. Hold on real quick, let me see something. What is this? Let me take a little panoramic view of the map real quick. Man, we basically done cracked everything. Besides this right here. Matter of fact, that's where we going. That's where we're going. But first, I need to get me something to eat. So, I'm about to get up off of this thing, and I might be on a little later. Might. I don't know. It all depends on how I feel, for real. But I had to. I was like, man, let me go ahead and address this. And we basically, the main takeaways from that article that I read is that the numbers are conflated because they're lumping in the exorbitant amount of black men who are incarcerated into the undereducation and the unemployment stats. So the shit is conflated. It's like, why? Why even count them? It makes no fucking sense to me. I don't get it. And number two, that what's that? Discrimination and prejudicial practices and whatnot. We already see that black men are discriminated against by potential employers at a higher rate than any other group. That's basically what it said. And even through all of this, and this is what Cynthia G doesn't realize, is that when you really pick that apart and you really delve deep into it, and then you add on to the fact that, hey, we still out earn you, even though we are faced with these insurmountable odds, we still out earn you. Like, we're still winning. Like, come on. They're basically just shooting themselves in the foot by making those punk ass, weak ass cases and shit. But you know, there's no shortage of dumb broads, dumb bitter broads that'll listen to a Cynthia G and believe her quasi faux intellectual bullshit. You know, but I mean, you can lead a bitch to water, but you can't make her think, right? Oh shit! Not that you can't lead a horse to water, and but you can't make her drink. You know, you can lead a bitch to water, but you can't make her think. You know. I just see this is why I like to do this shit live, just unprompted, because I just say shit off the cuff. Watch, somebody else gonna say that shit. But anyway, I'ma holler at y'all in a minute. I might play some FIFA later, because I need to get back on that FIFA. Even though I'm kind of discouraged. Last time I played FIFA, it really pissed me off. Alright, I need to give me something to eat, man. I'll holler at y'all here in a minute. Peace.